Hello, I'm back with some more Escape from Tarkov, and today I would like to touch up on a touchy subject, which is the spawns. Now, this has to be one of the hardest spawns that you can get, or worse, or whatever you want to call it. But boilers, it's just pure death sentence, whatever you spawn. And I've done sort of a little graph here where you can take a quick look at. So this is what we've got. The little circles are basically spawns. Now, you're not guaranteed that's always going to be this one guy, or it could be just a hatchet man, so you don't have to worry about it. It could be squads, it could be 2, 3, it could be 4 of them. You just don't know how many it's going to be, but you're always going to have people surrounding you. So you've got, however you sort of look at it, you kind of trapped in this boiler spawn. Now, unfortunately, there isn't really much we can do about this. We just have to put it to the devs and say, okay, well, this is an idea that we come up with. This is something that we might work a bit better. It's going to be down to us, and we'll explore what kind of options we have a little bit later on in the video. So when it comes to spawns, there's actually these squares. There's 2 other spawns. I've never really gotten the spawn on the train tracks ever, and I probably played, I don't know, more than 1,000 raids in the last couple of years I've been playing Tarkov. And there's one more just in front of the army checkpoint. I think I got on that once or twice or something like that, but mostly sort of the circles, you always get those, so you can always rely that somebody's going to be just around the corner and with some sort of hatchet trying to bury it in your back. So if we go back to the action, now this is something that you'll be familiar with. As soon as you spawn on the boilers, either you hear fire or you start taking fire. Rarely you sort of make it like I did over here, just quickly make it and then start going for it really quick, get to the gas station, so you're sort of safe-ish. Now, you can see they started sort of going at it, and I thought, okay, well, there's a couple there, and we'll go in and get a couple kills. There's one running. I'm thinking, right, he might just go, but actually he's not going anywhere. So a few sort of warning shots to make him run away. I think, okay, I can go back in and I can start taking some of these guys out. But as it turns out, as soon as you took those 3 shots, even though I have just a regular AK, I'm level 3 or 4 here. I haven't even leveled up my traders, I haven't done anything, so I've got the crappiest of ammo, I got the crappiest of AK, the recoil and everything like that work together. I don't really have anything unlocked much. They all decided, nope, there's 5 of us pistoleros, we're gonna just go against you, because that's the way it's gonna be. You've got an AK, we want that AK. Now, I don't really have that much armor or anything like that. I have a paca on, and I have a UN helmet, so pretty much standard gear, what everybody kind of gets at level sort of 1, level 2 when it comes to stuff like this. But luckily for me, I did end up making it, even though the whole 5 of them ganged up on me. It just goes to show that if somebody had a Vepr, somebody had another AK, somebody had whatever, anything else, you're always running the risk of getting shot really quickly in these spawns. So if I go back to what do you guys think that needs to happen here? What choices do we really have to look into things? Do you think there's too many players that spawn on that particular map at one time? Now, let's say we're talking about customs here. Although even woods is bad as well, because woods can get you killed within 10, 20, 30 seconds, you'll be dead. But say we're talking about customs, what choices do we really have? Do we lower the player count? Do we go back to the old spawn where you get to choose which side you spawn in? So if you want to spawn on the custom side, you can spawn there. Or you can choose to spawn on the boilers if you want to. Or do we go back to the old ways of spawning where everybody spawned on one side of the map, and then you knew if you make a sort of break for it really quick, nobody's going to be ahead of you. You can still sort of get things done. I think personally I like the old spawn because you made it a lot more often than not. I mean, if you really wanted the PvP really quick, you go left, you go right. Let's say you're playing woods or you're playing anything like that in customs. Or woods, you'd go left, you'd go right, you're always going to find somebody if you really wanted that quick PvP. Same thing on customs, you know, you're going to find a lot of them left and right. But the problem is, because they've increased the player counts, you're going to have a lot of places being really tight when it comes to spawns. So you think maybe increasing the maps a little bit, increasing the areas like they did to woods, you know, they made it a little bit bigger now. So it still gives you a bit more of a chance. You still have the odd spawn where you spawn in right next to somebody. I've had that before where I spawned in. It was loading and actually died before I even loaded in. So yeah, the odd time is going to happen from time to time. Nothing really you can do about that for now. But that brings me to another point where it is down to the gear. Also, what gear you kind of have if you want to make it out of a tight situation. Now, if you're in a spawn like woods, if you're in a spawn like customs, if you have sort of a better gun and better armor, you might actually have an increased chance of making it. Now, sure, somebody can spawn behind you, it can be in a bush or whatever, and can shoot you down, but there's always going to be the risk regardless of what gear you have. But if you're sort of going head-to-head with somebody and he has a pistol and he has the drop on you, maybe you get a chance to turn around and shoot, you have the armor. Sometimes they do save your bacon having better armor and better equipment and better guns and things like that. But that brings me to the whole point. It takes a long time for you to level. It takes a long time for you to get there. So not everybody that's playing the game has, I don't know, 6 hours a day to play the game, to take 40, 100 hours to get to level 40 to max out your traders so you can have the best gear in the game. That's, again, another factor that you have to look into. So do you think that'd be better off just, look, let everybody have the same gear? That way you're not sort of forcing casual players, as it were, that don't have that much time to play the game, and they're not always at a disadvantage because I just simply don't have the ammo, don't have the weapons, don't have the gear to make it out of a spawn? Or do you just think, no, it's fine as it is, but the spawns need addressing, maybe make them bigger, maybe just leave me some suggestions down below what you think. And I know the EFT devs, some of them do watch these videos, so hopefully we'll come up with some good ideas of what they can actually do to make it just a little bit better. I know animations are coming in the next patch, whenever that's going to be, hopefully really soon, and that's going to change the whole mechanic of things, because I was thinking, well, if you're not even maxed out your, you made your rapist to level 2, you can't actually even buy any real medicine. You can get the cheese and you can get a bandage, but you can't get a car, for an example. You can only get that at level 2, so it takes a little bit of time for you to get there. But if you're dying a lot in spawn, you might not get there. You might actually rage quit, and it's not going to happen for you. So, looking forward to reading some ideas that you guys have. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.